All right, here we go again. Okay, last time I was talking about the recognition of bringing awareness to certain lifestyles and activities that we take part. And learning the differences, whether you're a drug addict or you just have, which disorder, or getting an idea of which disorder you may fall under. Not a lot of people that have OCD have addictions, and not a lot of people that have addictions have OCD or impulse disorders. Today, I'm going to talk about the lifestyles of these individuals, but I want to go more into both sides of the fence, not only the people that are using, but the people that are giving to them. And what I want to share is I'm going to share some information that a lot of people think that what they do and what they're doing is not being viewed in any way. Like a guy goes up and he buys some drugs and he thinks nobody sees him, but the whole community is watching him. The whole community is watching these activities. All right. Now we got cameras up all over the place. So some of this stuff is being filmed. You know what I'm saying? If you have a corner store and you're at that corner store doing your activities and they have security, guess what? You're on camera. You're on candid camera. And a lot of people don't know that certain people with credentials can go and investigate those cameras. Or I could go to the store and pay the guy off and, I know some guy certain hangs out here. I'll give you $100 to let me view some of your cameras so I can get some of the information. It's for child support court, or it's a divorce case, or it's an insurance fraud, or it's a police officer doing it, or it's a security firm, or somebody has said allegations that they are, I was injured and workman's comp, the labor department, hire guys like me, researchers and investigators, to find out and give them that information. Now, I'm not a snitch. There's a difference in that. A snitch is a person that has some premeditated, maybe they want their reward money, maybe you hurt their loved one, and they're going and telling law enforcement with the intention that they can have whatever's going on in their lives changed. You know what I'm saying? Or they could stop the abuse, or they could get some kind of money to get their fix. Whatever the reason is, that's a snitch. That's somebody that's telling with the intention of getting some kind of, they have a goal when they go. But the other side is investigators. They get paid to do this. So they're not snitching on anybody. It's my job to go find your family member. I didn't know in the onset that she was using drugs. I didn't know on the onset that she was secretly seeing a boyfriend. I didn't know on the onset that this person had another life that they were living. I didn't know on the onset that this person wasn't injured. I'm given an assignment, and I go down in the assignment, and in the process of the assignment, some of this stuff's starting to get discovered. And a part of my job, I have to decide which information is pertinent for me to get paid. So if I find out in the middle of it that one of my loved ones is involved in this scandal, I don't want anything happening to my loved one. So I'm going to give them enough information to let them know, yes, your wife is cheating on you. Yes, this guy's doing a false claim. Yes, there's a scam going on, but I'm not going to tell them about my loved ones. I'm just going to tell them about the client, and that's going to be under a number. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a cop either. I'm a researcher and I'm my investigator. Maybe I get some information about this COVID stuff, and I start doing some research on it, and then I find out that this company's involved, and these people are involved in it, and then now I'm able to come back and let you know if this covert operation or this process or this new legislation or the stuff that is obvious and everybody's doing it in the open, but people aren't aware of it. So investigative reporting, that's how that comes about. You know what I'm saying? And in the process, I find out about scammers, but I'm going to share with you, how easy it is. One of the things that I want to share with you is everybody that listens to this or everybody that comes in contact with it, if you want to do a curious thing, I tell people when I get involved with them, this is how easy some stuff is. Type your name in Google. And if you want to put a criteria in there, social activities, public records, whatever it is that you want to know about that person, you would put it in you would tailor the search inquiry in a specific way. I'm just telling you about Google because this is how easy it is. If you want to know what your child's social websites is, you could type your child's name in, and if you have all their information, social security card, their address, last known address, as much information as you have, you put in that search criteria, you would be surprised on what pops up. This is what the credit reporting agencies do, and a lot of it is public record. So that's how easy it is. If I want to find you, if I want to know what your phone number is, I can do a reverse lookup. If I already have the number, I can do a reverse lookup, and I can find out the person's name that's behind the phone number. Or if I have the person's name, I can do a lookup, and I can find out all their record information. Because when you buy your phone, a lot of people don't know, when you can go on your account. This is how you protect yourself. You can go on your account. I don't care if it's prepaid or a paid account. You can go on your account and you can lock out the public access to your information. So if you want to have a private phone number,
it's just going to be like 10-15 minutes because they had to change the order.
Okay.
All right.
If you want to know about, so when you do this Google search and you want to know, try it out. See how it works. You will be surprised of how much information that you can find out about yourself that's being viewable not only to these agencies but to the world, because this is what these scammers do. They know a little bit of information. They may get your social security number and they don't know who it belongs to because you have some old mail because you didn't change your address. So now your mail is still going to this person's house. This person wants to quick come up. He can now go through your mail and look up your account information and just start doing reverse lookups and start getting information about you. And then he can recreate your identity someplace else. There was a big plane when this information became readily available to a lot of people. This is how you had people doing bank scams. And they were robbing banks, they were robbing companies, and this is what a lot of people that are involved in this type of activity, this is how they do their stuff. So a way to protect your privacy, I suggest you get a platform that reports your activities to protect your securities so that you can know that what's going on or what information do you have out there, and then you can start doing the steps to protect yourself. Or you can use a company that helps you secure yourself and helps you protect your identity out there. And they do different things to help you, the consumer, protect yourself. But even some of the stuff that they do, a lot of stuff like anybody can go to the court building and find out about debts. Anybody can go to the court building and find out because that court information is a matter of public record. The citizens have the right to know who they're living next to, people do a Google search on dates. I met a person online and I wanted to find out what that person is, what their history is, to see if it lines up with the information that they're giving me. So I can protect me and my family, and me and my girlfriend, or me and my children. You could do your children and find out who they're hanging with. And do their friends, now you find out your 10-year-old has a Facebook account. And she has over 100 friends. You can search each one of those friends to find out the people that she's communicating with or hanging with. And one of the reasons why I brought this up is because a child of mine is, oh, how did they find out that I was doing this? This is how they did it. They can look, you can block somebody's account on Facebook. I go over John's house, and guess what? I have John looking up your information. I have my family members looking up your information. So even though you may block somebody out, they can still get the information if they want it bad enough. This is what these stalkers are doing. When they find out about a movie star or somebody that they, and it's not just movie stars that get stalked, I get stalked. You know what I'm saying? But this is how they're able to find out my whereabouts and my information and this and that and get to me. So I have to be mindful of what I do, and this is why I become invisible. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not readily sharing my information, especially when I give certain shows. Because I don't want any backlash, because I may have shared some information, I might have slipped with a name, and now this person feels, because of their guilty mind, they feel that I just outed them. I never said your name. And yeah, if the people that know you and know that you're about this, yeah, they can discover it, and then it doesn't take a rocket scientist. If you've been hanging at a certain club, and now I find out that you're hanging at a certain club, and now I know every time you go out with John that that's what you guys are doing, because I'm looking up John's information to find out what he's about. So this is how easy it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what Cheaters does, and this is what but this is how easy it is sometimes. So a lot of the things that you're doing aren't hidden. I could park up on the block and look at the activities you're doing. The cops aren't the only ones that do that stuff. Your girlfriend is doing it. That's how she finds out. It wasn't your buddy, and then she goes to your buddy and questions him, and I know what you guys are doing, and if you don't want your family disrupted, you better tell me everything. And she'll pay him off or give him a little whatever, you know what I'm saying, to get the information on you. And now she's hurt, and now she's going to do everything in her power to get back at you. But you guys, we need to start protecting ourselves. We need to start being more mindful about the stuff that we're doing, because we're pretty open. And somebody is like, oh, well, you're being a hypocrite, Baylen, because no, I know that stuff knowing that information is out there. So am I being a hypocrite, or am I being an entertainer, or am I being an actor, or was it premeditated? That's up for you to decide. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm an entertainer. This is why I do that Reddit show, and I hope I'm entertaining you, and I hope also that I'm giving you resourceful information so that you can start being mindful and compassionate in the things that you do, and not think that you're getting away with what you're doing, because what you do in the dark will come to light. What you're doing in that closet, when you come out that closet, all somebody's got to do is go in that closet and find out what you were doing. All they got to do is their own forensics. People have been watching these crime shows, and some of them have been watching them so long that they're professionals at this stuff. And some of them are doing it because that's what they do. They want to know how to do this stuff. But I hope this information was useful to you, and give me some feedback on what kind of information you want to know. I am an investigative reporter, and I became that way because I was a researcher, and once I started finding out what was going on out there, I said, you know what? I got to let the public know. So I'm a public awareness, and that is what I do to help develop my community. And I hope I'm doing a good job, and I hope the information I give you on all platforms is really helping you out. And this show is over. Stay tuned. I don't know what I'll be coming up with, because this is live, and I talk about what's alive in my life. And I hope it's not alive in your life, but I hope it can be helpful to you so that we can get through the next stage of our existence for this new world order. Love you guys. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen whether you want it or not. I suggest you get knowledgeable so you can do it with some grace. All right. God bless. Assalamu alaikum to my brothers. But shalom barakatah to my other brothers. Peace be